Hey, today we're going to be talking about the kinetic molecular theory. This is the basis of how we actually can describe and explain how particles move here in chemistry. So from this little diagram, we can see that as temperature increases, right, things go from being more solid to being more liquid to being more gas. And the particle movement goes from being small to larger to largest. So particles move much, much more as temperature increases. So summarize that on your little sheet again, because as temperature increases, we go from a solid to a liquid to gas, and the particles go from smaller movement to largest movement. Now there's three parts to the kinetic molecular theory. First part, all matter is made up of atoms and molecules that act like tiny particles. For simplicity, we're going to draw these as little circles. Next, these particles are always in motion. We use little arrows to show this motion. The higher the temperature, the faster the particles move. This is called more kinetic energy. Thirdly, at the same temperature, more massive, heavier particles move more slowly than less massive, lighter particles. Kinetic energy is 1/2 the mass times the velocity squared. Velocity also known as speed. So if they have the same kinetic energy, something larger is going to be moving slower to accommodate its larger mass. Something less massive will be moving faster in order to have the same kinetic energy. This is kind of the idea that a large hammer falling on your foot can do a lot of damage, even though it falls slowly compared to, let's say, a little bullet moving very, very fast. With this idea of a theory, this helps us explain how particles work. So, we've got solids, liquids, and gases. Solids have a definite shape and volume. The particle motion of a solid is vibrating back and forth. They just vibrate with their little attractions back and forth. Liquids have a flowing type motion. They have a definite volume, but they'll take on the shape of the container they're in. Gases, well, those have no definite shape or volume. They will take on the shape of the container they're in, but they're also spread out to fill that volume of the container. Gases move anywhere in the container. So if you have a gas in a container, it can be found anywhere inside. So, on to our final thoughts. Why did the atom break up with its partner? Because they had too much kinetic energy and couldn't have a stable bond. Answer that final question at the bottom, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.